China expressed concerns on issues such as US export controls. US Treasury official says funds from severed Rosneft and Lukoil foreign assets must be put into blocked accounts. One minute to go now to begin the market on open imbalance data. Ten seconds. Market on open imbalance. S&P 500 buy side 385 million, Nasdaq 100 sell side 24 million, Dow 30 buy side 36 million, Mag 7 sell side 5 million. Seeing Walmart rising 3.8% at the open after boosting sales outlook. S&P 500 opens 1.5% higher, Nasdaq 100 up 1.9%. CoreWeave shares rise as much as 10%, the most since September 30th. Nvidia shares jump 5.1% at market open, the most since November 10th. Again, Nvidia shares rising after company forecasts Q4 revenue above estimates. US Labor Secretary Chavez Durima speaking again now. AI stocks rise after Nvidia's quarterly report from yesterday. So we have posted out the video of Chavez Durima speaking on Bloomberg TV on the feed for you to watch. US listed crypto stocks rise as Bitcoin edges up. That concludes comments from Chavez Streamer on Bloomberg TV. US Treasury is Fed's Bell now speaking on AI says AI generating significant gains in GDP, commenting in the Q&A. Fed's bar says AI is not yet translating into productivity gains. So just a reminder for in about probably in about 5 minutes, we expect to hear from Jensen Huang speaking on Bloomberg TV. The video is still on the feed for you to watch. Fed's bar says stock market is influencing spending of wealthier consumers. This is from Bloomberg TV. They're just showing the video from yesterday of the interview with Huang. Minutes away from the top of the hour, we get US existing home sales for October. Forecast 4.08 million, prior 4.06 million, with a range of 4.15 million to 4 million. US existing home sales change, forecast 0.49%, prior 1.5%. Eurozone consumer confidence flash, forecast minus 14, prior minus 14.2. Fed's bar says AI is likely overall positive with near-term dislocation. Fed's bar says that I'm concerned that inflation is still at 3%. Fed's bar says we need to be careful with monetary policy balanced to risks. And we need to support the labor market, but return inflation to 2%. 5 minutes ago to get the US existing home sales forecast 4.08 million, prior 4.06 million. Existing home sales change forecast 0.49%, prior 1.5%. In Eurozone consumer confidence flash forecast -14, prior -14.2. One minute ago now, lead with the US existing home sales. Fitch Rating says fiscal package is to lift German Development Bank new business. Ten seconds. 4.10 million, 4.10 million, higher than forecast of 4.05 million. Existing home sales change 1.2%, 1.2%, higher than forecast of 0.49%. Just waiting on the Eurozone consumer confidence flash now. Eurozone consumer confidence flash at minus 14.2, minus 14.2, lower than forecast of minus 14. We have posted out the article from Fitch Ratings, again, fiscal package to lift German Development Bank new business. We have also posted out the US existing home sales October 2025 report on the feed for you to read through. Alphabet up 3.7%, Amazon up 1.5%, Microsoft up 1.4%, Meta up 2%, and Apple up 2.3%. So big tech firms rising after Nvidia results ease fears of AI bubble. Seeing Walmart shares extend gains, now up 6%, Tesla shares rising 5.6%.
The UK government extends a license allowing certain transactions with local Bulgaria entities to include 2 additional subsidiaries. UK government says license extension for local subsidiaries include local aviation Bulgaria food and local bunker Bulgaria food.
My throat is like a truck stop parking lot. I don't normally I don't normally stream as much as I have the last 2 weeks, or at least speak as much. All right, check 1 2. So let me get a little bit more water in here. You know what we're gonna do? Got one better for today. Um, it's fine. Just, yeah, I just loaded it with a bunch of water. Mm-mm. I just like the ice because it soothes my throat. what I was gonna do is I almost turned this stream off this morning. I was just about to turn the stream off, and I was going to make the stream private. I think Shaq Baker saved the day this morning. Shaq, what's up, brother? Good to see you this morning. Hold on a second here, guys. We were up late last night. So we were up fairly late. Well, not too late. Maybe like 1, 2 in the morning or something. Not too bad. We were shit posting all night long. But I want to make some notes here. I don't like or want to say these things, but we're going to say them this morning. I think we talk about Heinz. I don't want to, like, first of all, if you were long into last night overnight, congratulations. Number 2, I saw a post on Twitter last night. Someone shit on David AMS. I don't know who it was. I don't know if they're joking or not or whatever. But they said, you know, like they were like, that guy said, take your money and run after the bell. The easy trade yesterday was to get long into the close. Let's remember that, like, right away. Number 2, the second easiest trade is to take the long profit on the spike up, right? That's actually the easiest trade. The hard trade is going long at the bell yesterday with calls and having to hold them into the open this morning. That's the most difficult trade. And to that note, too, last night we went into the Discord at 9 p.m., or I did, and I wrote a chart for the Discord that showed us going to right here before it happened. Show it right now. Right here. Posted this chart last night to get long in futures. That's the full move, basically. Oh, I think you would have missed like maybe 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. or something, the first few hours or whatever. The reason I say that is because, first off, all of tech sold this year, right? So you have one tech report
Fat
that did not
speaking
sell
on
off.
CNBC, says the jobs report.
Voice news disconnected.
You had one tech report that did not sell off. The second thing, or a few more things here would be, I saw a lot of hindsight trading this morning. I saw a lot of quiet in the Discord this morning, too. And so people think that that is the last trade. That's the one, the only one that you get. Hindsight trading is brutal. It's brutal because I should have done that, right? I've had many of those trades. I should have taken that trade, man. But I don't. My mind doesn't even want to look at the ones that I didn't take, right? That failed, of course. The other thing, too, that you encounter is this is the last trade of the world or something, which it's not. And had NVIDIA sold yesterday, you would have had the same group of people. I bought puts, bro. You know, you'd hear about those people coming out and saying they made a bunch of money buying puts. So it's important for you to not pay attention to those people. I saw 2 more posts last night saying, Cap, you're a bear. And Cap, you said that we're going to crash and stuff like that. We're going to read what I said, what I posted right now. What I did post yesterday. Or not yesterday, a couple days ago. I wrote this. This was on, when did I write this? This is on November 19th at 4 a.m. Because we triggered risk off a couple days before Monday. And we're still in risk off right now, if you don't know that. We're in risk off still. We need price above, I think, 383. Or excuse me, 683 something, or like, we'll look at it here in a minute, but and then we also need to make a couple new highs to be in safety. And I'm going to show you what that looks like here in just a moment. But what I wrote was, I'm issuing another warning. We are heading into expiration today and later in the week OPEX with month end right around the corner. There's a high probability that when options are rolled, they will shift very bearish and ultimately roll the market. Listen to that closely. Ultimately roll the market. We're targeting a roll to close the weekly gap at 5,600. That's pretty low, right? There will likely still be some kind of dealer delta hedging dynamic high left in the market before the roll. You know what that means? What does that mean? I can turn the stream off. What does that mean? That means that we trade a high of 6,850 or 7,000. They even wrote it in there. Either by failing to fill SPX 6,850 and possibly even trading close to 7,000 in a last-minute window dressing rip. That's not bearish. Daily velocity supports this possible outcome. On the other hand, weekly, monthly, and quarterly velo would peak at the same time, triggering a major correction. So what I'm telling you is that we are rolling on a higher frame, and it's risky. And there's likely another high left in the market. This was 2 days ago. Today's the 20th. And then I wrote, I am posting this because the street is beginning to issue early outlooks into next year, and their language does not include specific language likely to not panic retail market participants. They don't want to tell you, hey, yeah, man, we're going to trade 7,000 or 6,850 or whatever. Oh, but then we're going to roll hard. You would trigger panic saying that. It'd just be done. Midday Monday's price action triggered a risk-off warning from Trade the Trigger to our community. Our rules trigger a risk-on all clear signal once we again look higher. And I'll post that change here on X. Until then, we remain looking lower. Yeah, looking lower. We went lower, didn't we? Yes, right? Went low yesterday too, didn't we? A trip to 6,850 north 7,000 would not rescind our risk-off stance without meeting criteria other than price. Use upcoming market highs to position yourself comfortably to ride out the correction, and do not, listen to this closely, listen to me closely, do not panic sell lows. So if you're already adding to your positions when we triggered risk off, you did not sell those. You should be green this morning. You should be green this morning. We have a tendency to read what we want to read and not what was written. And most importantly, this is the end of it. And most importantly, do not drink the bear Kool-Aid. The likely correction is only about distribution, i.e. taking profit. Fearmongers are going to spin a lot of nonsense, inciting emotions that there is something fundamentally wrong with the economy, business cycle, economic cycle, and markets. We do not see those faults at this moment. Pure profit taking and cooling of market velocity is all that we see at this moment. Oh, hold on here. Sorry about that. What happens is that you wind up becoming surrounded by noise of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Now, this morning, or we got to look at a few things here. We got to talk about a few things here. Hold on. We're going to get rid of all this for the moment. We always want to be in a supportive environment. You want to have daily trigger, hourly trigger in particular. And you're looking for price to, if we have a prior high right here, you want to see price come up and beat that price. Backtest that cross, make one more high, and then begin to get long. Why is that? Like, why do we even talk about that? We talk about that because if you were all making the right decisions, we would all be billionaires. We'd all have private jets. We'd all have mansions. Can you turn that light on quickly? Aaron? Can I turn the light off? Sorry, I got the light off over here. I'm asking for the light to be turned on. We'd all be billionaires. And if we listen to Kool-Aid spinners, or if we listen to hindsight traders, we'd all be billionaires is what's being posited. And that's just not the case. Not only that, I want to show you quickly here what it looks like when you come back out of risk off. You oftentimes will get things like this. Bro, we're going to the moon. Sold. Bro, we're going to the moon. Sold. Bro, we're going. Sold. Bro, we're sold. Bro, we're sold. And then the breakout. Oh my God, I called it. And that was the last trade ever. But in fact, we backtest the hourly trigger, the daily trigger, the cross, and it leads to sustained money making in safety. Sustained money making in safety and in a supportive environment. So we're back now to a place where what is going on? We know for sure, and I want you to know, that this, I think yesterday in the Discord, someone was asking if 677 was, is this the return to the scene of the crime? And I said, no, it's not. There'll be sellers here. There will be sellers here. I don't think it's going to be quite like the sellers here. And I want to tell you why that is. You're going to get some panic selling in here, but that is not where the scene of the crime is. What we have to do is we have to go back and look at prior history with a sober face. So when you look back here, we have the first pullback. This is the first pullback right here. Not a big deal, right? Remember when we were sitting down here? Remember all that? I said, we got to get a little bit more volatility. Don't buy that. We blasted down here. I figured we'd go to right about here, but what do we do? A little bit more, right? Stirred the shit pot, right? Freaked everybody out. We came back up. We took the trade up 1, right, 2, and 3. Now, there's something important here that we're missing. I want to show you that real quick. We didn't hold, did we? We had a great successful back test. We did fail to get, we got this high right here. We did fail this one though, didn't we? We kind of got it. Let's look at it closer. We kind of got it. Nope, we didn't. We missed it. It's right here. We missed it. It's right here. Price did not get above it. So it's actually up here. It's like right there. But what can you take away from this right here if we're not holding and continuing on? Risk-offish behavior, isn't it? You're going to expect, if everything is fine, for this to hold. In worst case scenario, bounce here and then come back up, right? And we go up. That didn't happen either, did it? So this is exhibiting risk-offish behavior, distribution behavior. This is the actual price action. So if you're looking for a scene of the crime, it was more than likely where? Right here. This is a normal pullback. We create some fear. We come back up here. We missed the high. That's your first signal to not trust this. But the second one is, do you remember what happened here? We were sitting on stream and we had what? An up move. And I think at 1 or 2 in the afternoon, I said to you, things are changing in the market right now. Go risk off. I said, close your calls. You remember that? I do. That's the videos on YouTube. You can go back and look at it. It's about 1, 2 in the afternoon. You can go check it. Why did I say that? We were exhibiting not behaviors of being in risk on. And so we blasted down to the depths of hell, didn't we? So what we're going to do is we're going to posit that that is where the scene of the crime is. This is where we have a normal pullback. We come back up. We have expectations that we're going to go higher and back test, and the market's going to be supportive. We began to exhibit over here signs of danger. And before it even happened, we said, go risk off. And what happened over here? Before ever getting there, wham, wham, and wham, wham. You need to kind of know that, right? Do we forget that already? I don't know, maybe. So when we come back here again, I assure you there is a bunch of, equity buyers in here. And they just want off the train. And they're not going to say anything to you. They're not going to tell you anything. They're going to say, Moon, baby, we're going to the all-time highs. Just get me off the fucking train. Now, the same thing is going on here, except a little bit different. So just like when we have an ER, so we have an ER, we got stock ticker symbol PORN coming up. Here's the ER. We say, it's going to go up here, and then it's going to come down for their ER. Or how about no? We'll change this here. Come into their ER, and I say to you, hey man, we're going to roll down. Then we're going to bounce. Instead, it goes up. We have to change our expectations, right? Same thing over here, right? Well, I've got this stock going up, but it is a binary event. It's their ER. And so we go to the ER, it pops up, and it goes straight to the depths of hell. I already have some areas marked out, but what do I have to do the next day? Because it's a binary event. I have to change my expectations, right? Well, maybe we'll do this and this, go down here, and then we're up and out of here again. We had something interesting happen yesterday. We had an ER, right? And we did not sell, did we? We didn't sell after the fact. We're strong overnight. And we have some FOMOers that popped in this morning. So last night I gave you a new brief at 9 p.m., right? I said, hey, it's 9 p.m. We didn't sell. So that means we're now going to distribute. Looks kind of like this. Usually it looks like something like this. You get 2 or 3 pumps, then we'll roll back down, and then we'll continue to the upside. We also have something else that we're working on right now, which is trying to recover for an end of the year trade. You know, that trip to 685 and that trip to 7,000 we talked about in that post. But there was more information in that post I gave to you on Twitter and to the Twitter community, which is what? We're still in distribution. And you cannot trust back tests. You have to have a little bit more keener eye heading into the end of the year. And I can give you an example of that already. There's one right there. There's the first one. So I'm not saying we can't go to 685, but I'm not going to trust who's there. I'm not going to trust it. I mean, I'll ride it up there. I'll let you take the pop over. And the same thing goes for 7,000. You know, if we come up here, back down up here, back down even up here, what do you think the thought process there will be? Will it be take the money and run, see you in the spring? Will it be, I don't know, we're going to trade 8,000 by, I don't know, fucking through February, March, and April? From January to April? Maybe. I don't know. I'm asking you. Are you saying in the first time in history, Velocity is going to do something it's never done since 1893? I don't know. I'm a little suspect of that. I mean, I think we can trade all this. I just think that it's wise to what? What? Be cautious, right? Watch those back tests. Watch, do we get the new high on the previous resistance point, on the inflection point? Are we successfully back testing with new highs? Our rules, right? Our rules define us making and breaking, right? That's what they do. So the first step in recovery here, right, is to mark a bottom, make some new highs, come up here. We got the answer to that. NVIDIA was the way for us to blast up. That's good. And what else did we talk about? Sentiment, right? We want sentiment to not be in the gutter during what? The rolling of positions. Those are coming up on OPEX and month end. We do not want sentiment in the gutter. If we have sentiment in the gutter, when people roll their positions, they're going to be pretty bearish, even if they don't tell you that. The street will be. I also think that even if they're not bearish, they might not tell you they're bearish, but they're probably going to hedge. They're probably going to lower their expectations. And even if we beat 685.50, I guarantee you a whole bunch of the market is going to wrap it up at 7,000 and be out. So there could even be a trap up there slightly lower. Hey, we're going to trade 705, bro. We start dumping 705. We start dumping like 694. Any of you guys ever been caught in one of those? I have. Start heading towards like 1,000. We sell like $5 earlier. Ask a Tesla bro, he'll tell you. Here's the target on Tesla. Here's the target on Tesla. Crank, 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 crank. That's why they don't tell you, or the street doesn't tell you, we're in distribution. 7,000 or 7, in this case, 7,000 is likely the top into the spring. They usually don't tell you that because they want that last little rip. You're not going to get it if everybody knows that it's 7,000. We need suckers to roll higher than 7,000. That puts us to 7,000. Luckily for us, we have the hour and half-hour trigger crossing up and through the daily trigger. Yesterday, we did not sell off after the bell. That leads to distribution that's pretty positive. We switched, as of yesterday, from turning down. Sorry, how about this better here? We switched yesterday from turning down. Switched from that yesterday already to turning up. We're now turning up. And there has to be some rules in this turning up. Some of the rules would be we want back tests. We want price above the HT. We want the HT above the daily trigger. We want to take out a series of prior highs. 2 of them. To start looking up. I was asked yesterday, hey, Cap, are you still long those call spreads? I said, yeah, of course I am. Yeah, yelled at this morning, I should have taken that trade. I didn't get 1,000 likes yesterday on that post. Did anybody else get long yesterday on those call spreads? Them in? No? I don't know. I'm wondering. This is the first thing I want to look at with you. Price is just breaking over the weekly here. This is good. It's productive. It's good. It's the first part. I like it. I like seeing this. Let's look at this really quick, this candle. We want to take out 80% of this candle. About 80% of that. Somewhere around, it's somewhere, without even looking at it, it's somewhere around this right here. Just above 682.74, somewhere in there. We want to take that out. We need to take that out. I like all this. There's a gap left behind. We could come back to close this. But I do like this. And I really like the holding of price into this morning. Gives us an opportunity to take some stuff out. We got a daily here. We want to watch this right here. Price below will sweep gap. This is where we buy the gap right here. $66683. You guys love 666, don't you? Hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh my God. Just when I thought I was out, they're telling me we could possibly trade 666 again. They told me we're never coming back for that one again. Let's take a look at this here. This is all good down here. Very supportive. I like this. This is very nice. I like it. Like it. I like all this right here. This is all good. There's a few places we want to pay attention to here. This here is outstanding. There's a couple of nice things in here. I want to show you a few things. So this drop here was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We took this group of sellers out that was from cash market. This is good. We took these sellers out. These are cash market sellers. That's really good. These sellers right here were in pre-market, so they're fake. I would expect that we take these sellers out because they're weak-ass sellers. These are the actual weak-ass sellers, legitimately. You want to take this out here. Easy. Remember, though, up here is where the danger is. This is where the drop came. This is the unexpected in here. Let's look at where this happened. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the morning right here. That's cash market. Those are real sellers. 11, 12, 1500, 1600 right here. Right in here somewhere. Right about here. These guys. This is the danger right here. Well, I still want to see us like tag this one right here at least. Maybe come back down here, take these guys out. And we can start working on these guys right here. I do think these guys might send us packing down here to this, at least this daily trigger. That would make some sense right in there. But we know where the sellers are now. We also know that 75-ish. A little bit closer here. $675.00. This is an important level as well. Why is this important? It's a 5, right? 5s and 0s. Did we auto sell the 5? Nope. We broke above it. That's bullish. We did not auto reject it. Next target is right here. That's where the next target is. These are 12 p.m. flows. I don't think we sweep this stuff just yet at all. I think we're going to hold up here, bring this up here. Here's 1600. And then we have OPEX tomorrow. And I talked to you about what number that mattered. Said it yesterday. Said it for a few days where I think OPEX pin is. Probably in here. About 700 right there. This will be, let me go back over here. This will be, what time? I mean, I bet it's something like this. You know, something like this. Hit this, hit this. We start slowing down back into 670. I'd say that's the base expectation into tomorrow. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's 685. It's possible. We can trade it as long as we're above the 1 minute trigger, 5 minute trigger. That's where I think it is. Somewhere in there, 670. Remember, too, we've got some gap in here. You see it? Probably pull this down even a little bit more. Something like that. Wham, 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 wham. 670 right there. And you got all day long to do this. We also want to be paying attention. Where's 70? 70 is right here. This is the basis of all your support right here. See it? Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We already hit this one, so we don't need it. Just need this one right here, if I remember. Yep, this one right here. I want to see that get taken out. At least this one right here. I'd like to see like this one come up here and at least hit that one right there. We don't necessarily need to take that one out, but this one right here needs taken out. Or that's our next inflection point. . coming back into back test to put us back into some kind of, risk off on-ish. We're not risk on yet, but this is the second step in becoming risk on. First step is to mark a bottom. The next step is to do what we just did. And then we got to back test and pound all this out, clean up the mess we left behind. And then we'll start to make new highs, hopefully over 6850, I think it is. On SPX, it's 6850. And from what I can see, we have a lot of work to do. I don't see all-time highs here. We have work to do. And we have another issue. What's the other issue? Can't trust bulls anymore. My story hasn't changed here. You cannot trust these back tests either. From this point forward into the end of the year, you can't trust none of these guys. So you got to use rules. What you don't want to see happen is we come in here, let's say we come cascading down here, and there's no buyers there. We start blasting down. Cap, you told me that that was going to bounce. I told you to use your rules. If we come down here and bounce on this hourly trigger, I want to see that new high. Start putting some shit on. Rules, if anything, are more important right now than they've been all year. If we've been on easy street Pavlovian responses, this is not the time. This is not the time to say, fuck it, it's going to be like the rest of the year. Even if it turns out like that. This is the time for you to work. This is the time to definitely not listen to some fucking FOMO regard. It's like, bro, no backsies. We're only going up 8,000 tomorrow. I mean, it's cool to say that shit. I like saying that shit. But don't get me wrong, I dig it. But at the same time, you can shit post all day long. I'm down with the shit posting, but at the same time, in reality, it's a prime way to trap you all in as, fell it forward again award. We could easily have a 2018 December. Do you guys know how it happened in 2018? We literally traded to like that 6850, like comparatively. And that's where the trap was. If you weren't trading in 2018, I'm going to tell you right now what happened in 2018. Okay? We traded back up to the equal high. Everyone was bulled up. The whole market. Literally the whole market. We began to sell vertically straight down into Christmas. And it was a fucking disaster. It was a fucking disaster. Whole market got caught in it, swept up down to the depths of hell. At that time, everybody thought the world was going to end. And that's right. It took like 1 month. The whole world was going to end. Now, if you had listened to what I told you this week in 2018, you would not have been swept up in it. And that doesn't mean we have to do that this December, but if you just follow the rules, you'll be a much happier trader, investor. You'll protect yourself against those outcomes in the situation that we are in currently. Do yourself a solid and don't drink the Kool-Aid, like I said on Twitter. And what's that? That's the bear Kool-Aid, right? Going to the depths of hell. But at the same time, you don't trust the buyers as much. You have to use your rules to make money into the end of this year. And I do think we're going up. I do think we're going to trade 700. I'm not on bear crash December. If we do that, we'll take that trade together. All we need to do is follow some rules. Simple rules. And I promise you, we will dodge and weave all of those people. We'll make money. Yeah, up or down, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Be very careful of these people, man. I'm telling you, it's insidious. And the worst part is they'll get you caught up in it, whether it's we're going to moon or we're going to crash, and you will get eaten alive. Promise. It's the way of the world. The market needs supply. I beg you guys all the time not to be that supply, right? Beg you guys. That's really what ends up happening. Those people disappear. They make new handles. They make new this. They make new that. They come back. How you have staying power in this market is when I tell you, hey, it's risk on, it's risk on. When I tell you it's risk off, it's risk off. It's fairly simple. And there are easier trades. And there are binary events that are dangerous. I get the sentiment. I get the feeling. I understand. I understand like I shoulda. I've been there. I've been there. I've done that. There's always another trade. Always another trade. There's always an easy setup. And there's always an easy way to monetize. Always. There's always another trade. How many of these tech ERs sold this year in for Q3 and Q4? The Q4 reports for Q3, ones we just went through. How many of those reports sold? Almost all of them, right? I went on Wall Street Bets last night and people were like, I should have done this and should never have listened to those goddamn bears and all that stuff. And I'm like, wait, like, are you driving a fucking Lamborghini? You should have sold every ER this past ER season, right? Did you do that? You driving a Lambo? You know what I mean? So, and you already know my take on ERs anyways. I'm looking for the ones that get murdered, right? That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the winners. I'm looking for the ones that get killed. And so even right now where we are here, you're probably going to get another dip to buy. And if you are one of those hindsight traders, put your money where your mouth is. Tell the world, I bought the dip before it happens. You're always going to get another dip to buy. And when we enter into safety in terms of length, we tend to have a supportive environment for making mistakes. I bought the dip, man. It kept dipping. Oh, it's back again. I look like a great trader again. So my point here is this. Don't get caught up in the FOMO. Don't get caught up in the drinking the bear Kool-Aid. Don't be like, oh, Captain Jim James is too bearish. You're out of your minds. I get yelled at from bears calling me a permabull. I literally get it from both sides. I get bulls telling me I'm not bold enough and I'm a bear. And then I get bears that will whisper right behind my back, that fucking guy is lying. He's a permabull, bro. He's the biggest permabull of them all. Tom Lee and I follow each other. I'm a fucking permabull. I got a painting of him on my wall. Can you grab my painting? Do you mind grabbing my painting for me? I don't even know if I can put it on the camera yet. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. I have a literal painting of Tom Lee. I got Mike Burry too, but I hold him up there for a different reason. But anyways, you get my point, right? I'm a fucking permabull. Not a fucking bear. I didn't make that fucking post on Twitter because I'm a bear. I made that fucking post on Twitter because you're a fucking bull. And I don't want you to get fucked up. I want you to win. I want you to take all their money. I want you to know when it's risk on. Not a goddamn bear. Don't listen to these people out there. They're fucking fools. I'm letting you know when it's safe and when it's not. To be what? A degenerate. To be a bulltard. To be all the things that the street hates about you. To know when we're risk on and when we're risk off. Know when to buy a dip. Know when the dip might fail. To know when the dip is turning around. I ain't here to be no bear for you. Do you think I like risk off? Think I enjoy that shit? You know, people are like, oh, I just want some mix it up a little bit, bro. Tired of buying the dip and winning so much winning. I wasn't tired of it. I made a shit ton of money. The only people saying they're tired of buying the fucking dip are the ones that aren't making any fucking money. Buying the dip is great. It's easy. There's no buying dip here. Don't be buying this. I'm telling you right now, don't buy it. Not yet. You want to be watching this level right here. See this level right here? This is the magic level. Right in here, 4 a.m. This is U.S. market right here. This is where New York is. We're going to find out if this holds or not. This is the baby right here. We have what we think is a marked bottom. I think we're going lower, but you know, we'll see. We'll watch this and see what happens there. See these sellers trying to come in at 10 here? These are the 10 a.m. flows. We did everything we need to do here. They sold this down. They probably want like a 1, 2, and a 3, if I had to guess. Maybe not, but we'll find out. We know that if we're looking for 1, 2, and 3, if we're able to peek our head up above, maybe we can turn it up and make a bat wing. We'll watch this closely and see. We always want to be buying back tests of the hourly trigger. That's lower. We also know that there's some support right here. $666.83. Give me one quick second here. Be patient. Hey, can you my God, that's so funny. S'more, you're awesome, bro. job some more. You guys got to all go back and scrub your history of no more downs. Oh God. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I didn't know if you meant PC or politically correct. I didn't know if you meant personal computer or politically correct. Right? I got yelled at recently. Someone was like, "Why did you delete those posts?" And I'm like, I don't know. That's my daughter, my wife. I mean, I don't know. Like, or I was like, oh, one of them I posted, and I just didn't want them on socials. Nothing had happened. It was like overnight, and I'm like, yeah, I'm deleting those late night. Only feed time. Hey, there we go. Coming on into 670, the basis of the trade. I think he came after me once. He came after me once. He thought I was talking about him, and I wasn't. I honestly wasn't. He was like, "That's not the only guy that's done that to me either." I was like, "I'm not talking about you." Like, for real. He came after. He was cool afterwards, but he did come after me. A whole bunch of them have over the years. By the way, I got to tell you guys something. I did have I'll say this. I'll say a few things here. I need to talk about this again. I'm a Democrat. I never had any Democrat playing in the background on a show. They don't move the market. And a lot of Republicans don't either. This president is not a Republican, in my view. This president is a populist. And as much, he's very aware of the stock market, and he plays the stock market. We can all agree to that, right? Someone in the Discord the other night said, Cap, you warned people about this when he got elected. He said, you were right. I said, yeah, I was in the market then. Well, David was, and a bunch, some of you were too. But, he's aware of the market, so we play him. I think, though, that we've come to a place where we're not quite at Wall Street bet level, but it looks like traders cannot play well with each other when he's on. So I had a community member that I trust came to me and said, can we stop playing Carolyn Levitt, and Trump on the stream, and I said, why? And he said, well, it's divisive for our community. And he made some good points. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop playing her and Trump if we can't play nice with each other. So what we'll do is this. It's not like we won't have politics if it moves the market on the show. We will. What we're going to do is we're going to use an intermediary. We're going to have always have the financial juice on when one of those speakers is on. So what we can do is get the important stuff that's for the market, and it'll be real time. This is all in real time, so we'll just listen to all of these speeches and whatever the discussions are through a mediary, intermediary, I guess. I think that we're going to try that moving forward. Because I'll be honest with you, I really don't care to fight with you or have you mad at me. And I'm not here wearing my Main Street hat. I'm here to make money myself. So what we'll do is we'll try it. Oh, sorry about that. We'll try it where we don't have them on live anymore and see if that helps. So people aren't getting angry at each other. I don't get mad. I don't give two flying fucks. I vote. I volunteer. I donate my time, my money. I do all that stuff.
The S&P 500 trims intraday gain to less than 1%.
I'm a participant as a citizen in this country, so I don't get upset. Not really. I'm trying to think if I really do, but I don't. I leave my Main Street hat on at the door, and I put on my trader hat. But I know that it's a sensitive subject for all of you. Or not all of you. For a lot of you, it's a sensitive subject. And I realize, too, that the news today is built. It's built for a reaction. That's it. It's like maybe like 5% of the news is actual material stuff. The rest of it, it's meant to get a reaction. And I'm not here for that. I'm not here for like reactions or you guys wanting to kill each other or anything crazy like that, or losing friendships with each other. So we're coming back down into the hourly trigger now, aren't we? And what are our rules? Tell me what our rules are. Don't threaten me with a good time over here. We're looking to mark a bottom, right? Write this down at home if you're watching. We're looking to mark a bottom. The second step is seeing if we can
Zelensky's
beat
office
prior
says
high.
Ukraine received a U.S. draft peace plan.
We're going to wait for the 1 and 5
And
minute trigger
Zelensky
to
says
come
he expects to
underneath
talk to Trump in the
price.
coming days.
And we're going to try to take this up. So we'll watch it here closely. We're coming into 12 p.m. flows. Nothing has changed. It's another day trading. Price below will sweep the gap. We're sweeping it right now. We also have some stuff to talk about. Now, tomorrow is OPEX. It's not the largest expiry, but it's a decent one. I think I've regurgitated this a few times, but I think this part of OPEX we have not discussed in about a month, at least. OPEX. The closer we get to it, and more importantly, some OPEX months can have a lot of options expiring. Others, normally it's a QOPEX, the quarterly OPEX, that has the largest expiries. Now, there's some behaviors that take place during OPEXs. First, I'll list a few of them out to you so you can be aware of them. Probably the largest rule about OPEX is don't get in its way.
The Nasdaq 100 pairs earlier, 2.4% gain to less than 1%.
You will notice that as we get closer and closer to an OPEX or QOPEX, that your rules will break. Your rules will break. You'll try to force a trade, and the market will do something completely different than what you want it to do. It's very similar to like an all-day NFP, and it lasts all day long. Number two about OPEXs. If your stock was ready,
The
Your
US
stock
BLS
was
says
one of the most
employment
shorted.
situation for November 2025
There
to be
is a
released on
chance that your
December
stock
16th
will move to the upside on OPEX.
at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We have the US 4-week bill auction. Prior high yield 3.9%. Prior bid to cover 2.73.
Voice news disconnected.
They might not move, but there's a chance that they may. I'm going to try to pull out for you this morning the short report so that you can see the most shorted stocks out there. I'll post them in the Discord. And what you do is you create a heat map or a list, like a favorite list of all those stocks. And tomorrow, if any of them begin moving green off the bell, there's a high chance that those will rip all day long. That's an edge. Number two, let's say your stock has been a high flyer this month, has not come down. Cough, cough. War stocks. Cough, cough. Maybe some of the healthcare stocks. Those might come down into OPEX. And there's some stocks or ETFs that may just get pinned in where they don't move. And believe it or not, at the end of the day, you might see some violent moving. The beginning of the day and the end of the day, we tend to get a lot of violence up and down. That will seem irrational to you, or may seem irrational to you. OPEXs are dangerous. They can be very dangerous. Not only that, what is important about OPEX? OPEX is where options go to die. That is where options go to die. That is where a dealer wants to take out the vacuum cleaner. Thank you for your trading this month, and then go suck up all the old options that are dying. When we're looking farther out in time, like a month, 3 months, 6 months, or a year, you ever notice that there's only so many options available to buy? Those are usually on OPEX or month end. That's what those dates are. If you see like a middle of the month strike and an end of the month strike, that middle of the month strike is typically OPEX. So there are usually large concentrations of options that are going to die from trades that were mattered before during that quarter or that month, or sometimes even longer. So the market can get kind of weird tomorrow. And the closer it gets tomorrow, the more honed in we get to certain numbers. Usually whole numbers, zeros or fives. That's normally where we go. Coming down to trade 66683 right now. Breaking below 4 a.m. buyers. Now we're looking at the next group of buyers. These are the 9 p.m. buyers right here. And then we got the 4 p.m. buyers. These guys down here. Halfback trade is complete. That was quick. Thought we were going to the moon. I thought it was only uppies. We're also back in negative gamma. Halfback trade complete. Back in negative gamma. Dark side. What's going on? What's going on? What up, H Bomb? Ball, a beer disco ball. You know, I do have the disco ball. Oh God. All right, so we can mark a bottom here. I'll try this one. We got a bottom. You know, it sucks is we're trading 668 right now. You know, it'd be a great trade right here. A condor would be a good trade right here. It's almost like we're being parked into tomorrow, isn't it? We're going to get like all the degenerates saying we're crashing and all the degenerates saying we're going up here. You know that, right? We're probably going to be parked here, more than likely. Yeah, 100%. We're likely going to get parked in. I'm going to sit here and listen to people tell me it's going up and down the next day and a half. More than likely. No, we just came back down. We traded 66683. For all of you bulls out there that said that you missed the trade, are you buying? Are you going long right now? Yeah, fuck condors. Oh, looks like that's not bottom. Let's wait for these 12 p.m. flows and see what happens. I'm going to guess here that if I had to guess here, we're going to trade 670 into OPEX. I could be wrong. If it was me, what I would say to myself right now is this. I would say this is probably the middle. And I would say if you can find a low between now and close tomorrow, try to buy it if you want. The only other thing I would say to would be I've done that before, and they've eaten my options on OPEX day. At some point, they'll reprice. So I may be hesitant. I may say to you, I guess I'll change that rule. If I had a rule for today and tomorrow, this is probably the middle. I'd probably looking to find a low to get long in, and I might wait until the last minute of the day, or even like 4:15, somewhere in there, or maybe even wait for Monday once OPEX is over. You'll probably be given, if we're going to go up, you're probably going to be given another opportunity to go up around the 1st to 5th. And we did just hit our first inflection point. We did pretty well with it. We got to bang a couple of those out. Then we got to still take out the 6850 people. Those guys are still up there hiding right now. They're panicking right now, probably thinking we're never coming back. So what I would say to you, if you're a trader, I would say relax. I would say have patience. Coming into OPEX. If we see any kind of intraday trades, I'll give them to you or show you where I think they're going. Take the meat of the trade and stay away from the rest of the trade. So just the signal that we're going lower or higher, take the body of it. Don't get, if you had a five leg move, you had a bottom, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would just take this middle part here and be done with it. If you want to do end of year call spreads, I would wait for the closer to the close on tomorrow. What they'll do tomorrow, I'll just tell you what they're going to do tomorrow. You're going to see like calls, let's say, and they'll pin them in all day long and they'll reprice them. You're also going to get OI changes tomorrow. So the market will have OI that'll be inaccurate. So that OI will result in you being directionally right, but not price right. So I would not buy a call spread here. I would wait till tomorrow. You're going to get not gamma, but Greeks that are going to change between today and tomorrow. It's not price, it's Greeks. So I just hang out. Patience is the word for today and tomorrow. Just be patient. Give me a few more minutes. I'm going to get some more coffee. We're going to look at some short reports. We're going to look at some outlooks today. I'm going to show you some outlooks, and we're going to discuss those for end of year. We also have the end of month to deal with. We're still not out of the month. We have a vacation week coming up. We got to talk about that. If we were going to move to the upside, it's probably going to take place the week of Thanksgiving. So we're gonna look at those dates as well today. Remember that if I was a dealer again, right? If I was a dealer, I would likely move the market on a weekend, a long weekend, and when nobody else is in the market, or they're not here, like they're on vacation. Even if they're long, they can't jump back in. Usually low volume days, no volume days. You ever notice when we drop in a bull run, it's always in what? Pre-markets, after hours. It's never in cash market. They got to create the fear for that to carry into cash market. So just be patient. Don't try to buy this. If I buy this, I'll let you know. I don't see the buy here. There is 2 gaps that need closed right here if you can't see them. There's a gap here at 664. There's a gap here at 660, 655 or so. Could probably use to clean these things up, even just one of them. I think we can clean like one of these up and then come back for the other one later. Exhibit patience. Please exhibit patience. Yeah, just be patient. I'm assuming here that we're going to park and trade this 670. So we can catch a low, go up into that tomorrow. Maybe we can make some money. Give me a few more minutes. I'll be right back with you guys. I need to get some more coffee and water, cold water.
Feds Cook says supervisory system needs to have guardrails to make sure innovations are safe.
Oh God. You know what the worst part is? You know, the worst part of this is like all I can think about right now is hold on here. What the fuck am I here? The worst part of this is that like Discord was quiet this morning, so like everybody was mad they weren't on the trade. And then of course right now they're all gone too because they're not buying this dip. It's the always after gang is what I call them. Always after gang. I should have wished I could have. See if we can catch this here. We should be close. This is that group right here. So you can see where they are. They're right in here. Right about here. So you figure they're right about here, I think. Yeah, they're right here. Ready? You would think they're right about here. Let's see if they're still here or not. And this trade actually started way lower. This trade started, here we'll look at it together. So the trade started right here. Accumulating in here. Last known place of these guys is right before the bell right here. We just closed the gap. We should go up. Be careful of an up move here. We're still not in 12 o'clock too, so. Gap is closed. Last known buyers probably right here. Look at NVIDIA. They just gave the whole move back. Whole move is gone for NVDA. You think anyone got trapped in that maybe this morning? I don't know. That was a good trade though. 198.60 is pretty good. We're going to try to trade 200 now. There's a bigger move for NVIDIA in December on the upside. I'll write that in for you here. Last known buyers. Right there. End of the year trade. If you're not, so I've got, so I'll let you know. So I put on an end of the year trade already. But I wanted to add more. I only did about 30%. I didn't go full bore on it. I think if I added right now, I would need to trade 43 or 46, 52 maybe, 50, 52. I'm still on that trade to trade that right now. If we could get down to like 52, 50, like 652 or 650, 646, 643, somewhere in there, I would probably load the boat. It would give me the space that I need to come into the beginning of December in case we do roll down and make enough money to pay for the whole trade to exit the market if I needed to. I'm not adding anything here. I would add more aggressively if we took out the sellers high enough on a back test at 6850. I would jump on that trade too. I still would like to see some pain, would like to see some more pain. I would like to see 50, 52, at least that. And I think we could still get down there. I still think I would like to see at least, I mean, I want to see some more fear. I don't want to see the kind of fear that really fucks up the, like, I don't mind the fear that'll trigger more bearish bets on OPEX and end of month. I want to be, but I only want it to be enough to not trigger real money selling. I want the counter delta hedging trade to propel us to 7,000 first. That's going to be a hard thing to do. Sentiment's already in the shitter right now. I don't trust bulls right now. I think we talked about that at the open this morning. Was you can't trust the back tests. You just can't trust them. Can't trust buyers here. Can't trust that we're gonna go up. Not up. You can't trust the back test. If I had to say anything, it'd be you just don't trust the back test. If you had a rule at the end of the year, it would be patient on back testing the whole end of the year. Just be patient and look for a turn, and then follow your rules to the T. Like cross all your T's, dot all your I's.
Nvidia briefly turns negative after erasing opening 5% gain. Fed's Cook says not all market volatility is problematic.
5%. You want to buy a dip now? Where's all those dip buyers at? You guys all out there? You guys buying the dip? You guys all ready to go? You guys told me late last night how we were going to the moon. Let me check my notes here. Let me check my notes from last night. Cap, you're a bear. Cap, we're never coming back here again. Cap, I went long and it's never
Nasdaq
coming back
100
down.
turns negative, had been higher by 2.4%.
Cap, you suck balls. Cap, you're really a bear. Cap, I mean, we even gave you the long trade after the bell last night, didn't we? From 9 until this morning on open. You could have picked up futures, made a bunch of money overnight. You're going to learn about the tractor beam that's OPEX too. Some of y'all are going to learn. I'm going to teach you. And now those same people are all disappeared. They're all quiet again. The ones that missed it are quiet. The ones that wanted it are quiet. They're all quiet. The crickets out there. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta click that one, yes. Oh man, missing trades? Shucks.
At 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the US 10-year tips. Prior high yield 1.734%. Prior bid to cover 2.2.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second here. Right back. Hold on 1 second here.